Hi, this is the recording of the 8th grade science final exam. Please make sure you read each question carefully and each response carefully before making a selection. Please fill in your last name, your first name, the hour you have me for science, and we'll begin. Number 1, what matter is cycled in the atmosphere? A, birds, B, solar energy, C, air particles, D, convection cells. Number 2, which of the following is not true about the geosphere? A, it includes all rock material on Earth. B, it is made up entirely of solid material. C, it contains iron, magnesium, and oxygen. D, it is made up of the crust, mantle, and core. 3, if a foam block floats in a container of syrup, but a lead weight sinks, which is the least dense material? A, foam, B, syrup, C, lead, D, the materials are equally dense. 4, when objects transfer energy through touch, that process is called A, radiation, B, convection, C, conduction, D, densification. Number 5, changes to Earth's surface happen at blank time scales and blank spatial scales. A, all in all, B, only fast and only small, C, only slow and only small, D, only fast and large and small. 6, the process of blank occurs when large land masses move, like when Pangea broke apart. A, plate shift, B, continental drift, C, land transference, D, landmass movement. 7, what is the lithosphere? A, another name for Earth's crust, B, the part of the mantle near the core where it is hottest, C, the outer ridge part of the mantle and crust combined, D, the part of the core that is the closest to the mantle where it is the coolest. 8, the Pacific blank is a region of heavy volcanic and earthquake activity. A, lava circuit, B, ring of fire, C, circle of volcanoes, D, earthquake zone. Number 9, tectonic plate motion is mainly caused by A, the spinning of the earth, B, convection cells in the mantle, C, the shaking caused by earthquakes, D, the pull of the moon on the oceans. 10, which word describes the process by which a collision between two tectonic plates forces the denser plate under the less dense plate? A, submarine, B, subatomic plate, C, substitute, D, subduction. 11, which of the following is not evidence to support the continental drift theory? A, the shape of the continents fit together like a puzzle. B, similar fossils have been found on several different continents. C, penguins live in Antarctica. D, earthquakes and volcanoes are common occurrences at plate boundaries. 12, a trench forms at what kind of boundary? A, convergent, B, divergent, C, spreading, D, transform. 13, roughly how old is the Earth? A, hundreds of years old, B, thousands of years old, C, millions of years old, D, billions of years old. 14, why is the Grand Canyon a good place to study rock layers? A, it is older than any other location. B, it looks exactly the same as it did when it was created. C, many rock layers have been uncovered by river erosion. D, volcanoes have laid down many layers of igneous rock that can be absolutely dated. 15, you're going to use this illustration to answer. According to the law of blank, layer M is younger than layer B. A, Superman, B, Superwoman, C, superposition, D, superintendent. 16, which layer is the youngest? A, layer I, B, layer B, C, layer H, D, layer R. 17, fossils of organisms that lived in widespread areas over a short period of geologic time are called A, index fossils, B, common specimens, C, indicator remains, D, preserved fossils. 18, determining the order of events and the relative age of rocks by examining the position of rocks in a sequence is called A, absolute dating, B, radiometric dating, C, relative dating, D, radiocarbon dating. 19, determining the exact age of a rock by measuring the number of radioactive uranium atoms that remain is called A, absolute dating, B, relative dating, C, taking your best guess dating, D, one and only dating. 20, you're going to use this image to help you answer this question. You're reading a magazine article about the Galapagos Islands and come across an image about Darwin's work there. You know that the Galapagos finches are closely associated with Darwin's work on natural selection and evolution. Which feature of the Galapagos finches visible in the image below impressed Darwin? A. Certain species of Galapagos finches had unusual reproductive behaviors. B. Each species of finch had a distinctive beak that was well suited to the finch's diet. C. Some Galapagos finches changed during their lifetime to become better suited to living in the environment. D. Galapagos finches were able to survive despite the many different kinds of predators that live on the island. 21. A group of individuals of the same species that live and reproduce in the same place is called A community, B population, C organism, D civilization. 22. True or false? Individuals in a population are all identical. A true, B false. 23. When individuals with certain inherited traits are more likely to survive and reproduce than those with favorable traits, blank occurs. A. Genetic selection, B. Natural selection, C. Favored survival, D. Struggle for existence. 24. An explanation or model based on observation and evidence that is used to explain a natural phenomenon is called A. Variety, B. Conclusion, C. Theory, D. Hypothesis. 25. Animals may have what type of adaptations to help them survive? A. Obtaining food, B. Reproduce, C. Protection, D. All of the above. 26. A chart that shows all possible combinations of alleles that can result from a genetic cross. A. Probability square, B. Mendel's square, C. Punnett square, D. Codominant square. 27. All mutations in DNA are harmful. A. True, B. False. 28. What's the relationship between DNA and proteins? A. The code found in a protein determines a DNA's molecules sequence. B. Proteins are made up of hundreds to millions of DNA molecules. C. DNA is made up of protein molecules. D. DNA is code for proteins. 29. Which of the following objects could be used to model the structure for a DNA molecule? A. Snowflake, B. A twisted ladder, C. A three-dimensional cube, or D. A branching tree. 30. How do genetic mutations, changes in DNA, arise? A. They occur naturally during cell division. B. They are caused by factors in the environment. C. Both A and B. D. None of the above. 31. Michael's doing an experiment. He wants to drop a bowling ball and a stuffed bear out the window of a tall building. Under what conditions would they have the same acceleration? A. If they had the same mass. B. If they had the same weight. C. If there was no air resistance. D. If there was no gravitational force. 32. In science, force refers to A. moving object, B. The way objects interact, C. A push or a pull on an object, D. A description of an object's movement. 33. Different strengths of forces can be modeled using A. Arrows of different lengths, B. Scales that measure different forces, C. A table for different numerical values, D. A graph of different numerical values. 34. Diane and Ben are in the market picking up some groceries. They're both pushing the shopping cart in the same direction. Diane is pushing with 43 newtons of force. Ben is pushing with 32 newtons of force. What is the net force of the shopping cart? A. 11 newtons, B. 32 newtons, C. 43 newtons, D. 75 newtons. 35. Gene is sitting at the top of a slide about to slide down. What forms of energy are most relevant to his position? A. Kinetic energy, B. Potential energy, C. Both potential and kinetic energy, D. Neither potential nor kinetic energy. 36. What is the speed of a ball that moves 20 meters in 4 seconds? A. 20 meters per second, 4 or B. 4 meters per second, C. 5 meters per second, D. 16 meters per second. 37. The inner planets are blank and located blank the sun. A. Relatively small, further away from, B. Relatively small, closer to, C. Relatively large, further away from, D. Relatively large, closer to. 38. The motion of an object around another object, Earth moving around the sun as an example, is A, rotation, B, revolution, C, axis, D, ellipse. 39. The movement turning on the Earth on its axis, A, rotation, B, revolution, C, equator, D, perihelion. 40. Which is the largest in actual size? A, asteroid, B, Saturn, C, satellite, D, galaxy.